Daar's hy. Goeiedag en welkom by nog 'n episode van uit die Koekblik. Ons sit hierso by Triple Threat Dojo hierso in Ruimsig. Nou, julle sal self sien op die kameras hierdie pragtige gym wat ons hierso sit. En ons het vandag die voorreg om met 'n nasionale kampioen te gesels. Ons sit hierso met Wayde Rendel. Dit is beter bekend as Sensei Rendel. For all the kinders wat daar buite is. I'm going to switch over to the English now. Wayde, welcome to the Koekblik. Hey, thank you very much for being on the Koekblik.
Thanks for having me.
That's it. Wayde, wow. It's such an honor being with you. SA champ in the kickboxing, and today you are running this beautiful dojo with so many young fighters. Now, the Koekblik has always just been around rugby, but we also have to acknowledge guys like you because you're doing so much for our youth and for everything.
I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Wayde, let's move back. Let's introduce everyone to Wayde. Where were you born? What school did you attend?
So I was born in Joburg. Grew up in a place called Newlands, and went to Bosman Primary School. Wasn't too far from where I stayed, and then I went to Forentu High School. So that was
Afrikaans High School. You went?
Afrikaans English. So my Afrikaans not too bad, but yeah, I'd rather not embarrass myself today. So I think English will be fine.
At school, you weren't much of a sports guy.
I actually was, but I didn't take it as serious. I mean, I played a bit of dabbling in a little rugby, but I was just too small for the rugby, so it didn't really work out well. Soccer, played couple of soccer games, few small tournaments here and there, and yeah, I think it was more about and a bit of cricket for a while, but never took it serious. I think for me it was just more about just staying active. Played in the streets, So,
yeah. So how did the kickboxing then kick off in your life then? If you didn't at school, you didn't do so much in that, or?
Yeah, it's actually the story starts when I was 15 and I fell asleep on a bus. And then I woke up just before or just after my stop, and then had to take a detour walk, and I came across Danny van Zyl Hall. So they did kickboxing, and just thought, maybe this would be something interesting. Went the next day for training, and yeah, the rest is history. I loved it. I think with me being very independent, I always liked to do things where it's in my control. I always felt school sports, it's other people involved, but with me being in the ring, being able to fight, and it's all about me. I love that. I love that independence behind it.
So explain to me. So was the first part of it just training? It was just getting involved in it. There was no fighting at that stage. It was more just a.
I think from the first day I already knew I wanted to be a fighter. It was a fighter-specific kickboxing gym. So on that first day I already knew I wanted to be a fighter. When I saw a couple of the guys there training, sparring, and and my coach, saying of how the gym is big in kickboxing tournaments, I knew I wanted to be a fighter. Yeah.
And the coaches, or what they call the senseis, there was good guys involved that really pulled you.
No, definitely. His name is Sean Moorcroft. So he was a multiple world champion in kickboxing. So yeah, he was a big inspiration for me, and kickboxing. Yeah, did a lot. Yeah.
Let's just teach the people a little bit of the terminology in this, because you got the sensei and you were talking about the different ranks now. So just a quick rundown on how does this work.
You get different color belts as a fighter if you in a grading process. Each martial arts have their own system. In kickboxing, you graded from red belt right up until brown belt, and then you grade for your black belt. So that's it's quite intense training. You have to be able to defend yourself. You have to be fit. You have to be technically good in certain combinations. And then once you get to black belt, you're known as a sensei. And then you go up the ranks until you get to 5th dan, and then you're known as a Shian.
Shian?
Yes, Shian, yes. So that was Sean Moorcroft, yeah.
Is there levels above that as well?
Yes, there's also Kancho. I believe it's 8 dan. Yeah, that's 8 dan. and then for some martial arts you get what they call a master. Yeah, there's certain people that get to master level. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
the colors work different than karate. Am I right? It's you don't karate. I know starts with white and then I think it's yellow, working up. Where do you guys start? As
yeah, it's also a white belt, and then you get red. Then from red you move up, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, and brown, and then black. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and you obviously went right through because you're now a sensei, so it means
Yes,
you got your black belt.
That's correct.
You see, so
Yeah,
we're all learning from that.
So there's the belt, yeah.
Oh, there's your belt. That's it. There you go. There's the black belt. Wow, that's beautiful. Is there rankings in the black belt, or is it just black belt and you stop there?
That's where the ranking comes in. So you get black belt Dan 1, and then Dan 2, Dan 3. So how they usually works is once you get your first black belt, you wait a year for your second one. Once you get to your second one, you wait 2 years. So for every Dan that you have to wait another year. So if you get to Dan 5, you have to wait 5 years before you go to Dan 6, like that. Yeah. So it's quite
intense. Intense. Okay, so then let's go back to the little Wayde there. So you were 15 starting with this. When was your first fight?
So my first fight was about 3 months later. My coach didn't feel I was fully ready, but I wanted to fight. And then he put me in a tournament, and it only lasted about 40 seconds. Yeah, I got hit from post to post, from corner to corner, and after 40 seconds, he's like, no, we have to stop the fight.
Oh, so you lost that one.
Yeah, I lost the fight. But I think what I could take away from that is, even though I got beaten, it didn't dampen my spirits. It actually galvanized me. I was like, look, I know there was stuff, but I want to continue. So yeah, and I progressed from there. Yeah.
And then how many fights did you have as in that years as a youngster? Let's call it before you really got to the black belt stage.
Yeah, it took a while. I think with the black belt, it took me 5 years to get. It generally takes around that time. I think it's actually 4 years. Sometimes they will skip a belt depending on your level in that class. So if they feel, I think it was green 1. I was going for green 1, and they felt I was good enough to go for blue. So I actually skipped green and went to blue. Okay. So sometimes you can be technically better than your belt grade.
Correct.
So that was quite nice. Yeah,
but you fight your own weight, same as boxing.
That's correct. Yes,
you don't just fight in a pool.
No. You have to be according to your weight class. Sometimes you'll fight someone slightly heavier or lighter in a catch weight, but you have to be within You have to be in between 3.5 kgs of that fight.
And obviously with age as well, then they keep it.
Yes, so you're a junior until 18, and then the minute you hit 18, you can fight. Obviously, there's different organizations in kickboxing, but the one that I participated on, it's from 18 right till 40 years of age. Yeah.
Sure. Wait, in the same process of this fighting, you went all the way, like we were saying in the beginning, that you went on to get your nationals.
Yes.
How was that? Give us some thought on how you progressed to get to your nationals. That must have been tough.
Yeah, it was quite a proud moment. It was after my third essays when I won the essay title there, and then we were chosen to represent South Africa. In Ireland. So I fought in Ireland, yeah. So that's when I got my essay colors. And yeah, it was a very proud moment for me. I cherish that. I actually still have.
Show us a bit of that clothing. I mean,
so this was about 15 years ago. But yeah, this is my essay jacket.
Oh.
So yeah, still keep it. Probably wear it once a year. So
yes,
yeah. And this was the pants I fought in.
Oh,
so
wow.
With the essay. Yeah, with the essay Protea logo, and
sure.
Kickboxer K1, yeah. So I still
is that your nickname as well, or was that just?
No. This actually I think was part of the brand. Yeah,
part of the brand.
Yeah.
What were you? Did you have a nickname? I see a lot of the fighters have.
Yeah, I didn't really like it as much, but they called me the Energizer Bunny. So I think it's because I was hyper.
Yes.
Sometimes I would fight someone that might be more skillful than me, but because of my high energy work rate, you know, you slowly break them down. So I had cardio for days. Yeah, that was my specialty. Yeah.
And how many times did you represent South Africa, or did you go to tournaments? You were in Ireland and
yes, so I represented SA in 4 tournaments, 2 world champs, 1 World Cup. That was actually my first international tournament, was the World Cup. Then I had only presidential colors, and then I moved over to national colors. I also represented SA against Mauritius twice in Mauritius and once in SA. And yeah, that was actually where I won this trophy for best fighter. So it was SA versus Mauritius. And Mauritius is known for their low kick fighters, and they have a lot of world champs. So for me to achieve this was
amazing.
I think one of the best achievements I have. Yeah.
Wow. And then we've got this beautiful belt here in the front. Please give us some. You can pick it up. It's so beautiful. It's really stunning.
Yeah. So I won this, I think, about 3 years in kickboxing. So the story started when we came back from the world champs. And then I fought this one guy, but he beat me up. Like, I think I wasn't really prepared for that fight because we came back from the world champs. My coach told me, no, there's a small tournament. Got there, I think it was at the Emerald Casino. Is that the one there on the East Rand?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and it was a massive tournament. And then, yeah, a guy also blitzed me. And then the following year, in Feb, he told me that, no, they would like us to fight for the belt. And yeah, I did not say no because that fight worked on my mind. You know, I think when you know that you weren't 100% for a fight, you want to prove to yourself. So it wasn't necessarily about winning the belt, but it was first for me to show, okay, I can compete against this guy. And yeah, we went 4 rounds toe to toe, and I was the winner at the end of it. So this was quite a
very hard fight.
Yeah, a very tough fight. I think of all the fights I've had, that loss was probably the hardest. Like. I'll never forget his name, Tommy Stradham. So he was actually big in the kickboxing, and he also did like MMA and all that. So he was a very tough fighter, you know, and with someone that just, and you get that one shot, you feel like you're just gonna go down. Yeah, he was strong, yeah. Sure. And then to keep the belt, I had to defend it 3 times. So I had to fight 3 other opponents to keep the belt.
And how was the fights? Who did it? Can you recall some of that?
I can't remember their names.
But was it tough fights? Or
the one was quite tough. The rest probably wasn't as tough. To be honest, to win the belt, I think that was my toughest fight. Yeah. The rest, I felt I did enough to win. Yeah. I'd say.
But Wayde, through it all, was there times where it's a very physical sport. I mean, same as with rugby. I mean, it's a tough sport, but even more so when you guys are fighting.
Yes.
Was there times where you thought, what am I doing?
To be honest, I don't think so. I think it became so part of my life that. That's all I wanted to do here. I never really had that moment, even in fights where at World Champs. I mean, that was one of the toughest experiences I had, but it never, dampened my spirit. I think that's where I had 2 sides. I had Wayde, the shy guy, shy kid, not having a lot of motivation for much. But the minute I did kickboxing, I just had that switch. So I think that's why it stuck with me, the kickboxing, because I felt the best version of me was as a fighter. So that's why I never wavered from it. Yeah.
So being a shy guy, when you get in a ring, you become part of a different way.
No, definitely. I just had that switch. A lot of people would look at me and like, this guy looks so scrawny, so small. How is this a fighter? And then, just galvanize, especially when you meet someone and they had muscles and they feel, they're good fighters. And then you stand on the scale and like, no, man, this guy, I'm going to take him out. And I was galvanized by that, because it was a way for me to prove to them, like, I can, compete with the best. So I loved it, yeah.
Sure.
My mindset was always a big part.
There's obviously, just like any sports, there's a lot of disappointments that's coming with. I mean, it's not, this is the bragging right part, and it's the part where it's nice, but there's disappointments as well. You have to face that as well. Was there quite a few in your life?
Yeah, I think the biggest disappointment was when I found out that through injuries I couldn't compete again. So yeah, I think that was a big a tough time for me. I mean, it took me through, a very dark road because, like I say, kickboxing was all I knew, and from there, I didn't really know, who I was as a person.
Yeah.
So that was a tough period for me.
Yeah, because then you're actually sitting in this desert of where do I go from here? Because that's all that you knew for quite
I did live my life around the kickboxing. You know, when friends wanted to go out partying, I was like, no, fighting on Saturday. So
yes.
Yeah, that was.
But the amazing part is you kept going, and I mean today you're sitting with this beautiful gym. Now I've been in this gym when this place is full, and I tell you, there's fighters just everywhere, and it's amazing how you run this whole thing. But you're so much involved, if I call it now in the normal terms, of coaching, being a sensei now. You coach, and you coach anything from young ones up to big fighters now today.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Tell me, you obviously have a few, because there's some nice belts here and stuff of guys that you coached to become world champs.
Yes. So I started about 7 odd years ago in the competitive scene as a coach, and I think that's when I was galvanized again to get back into the kickboxing, and started off with a few fighters in a small garage in Little Falls, and within a few years managed to build at least 7 or 8 good fighters, to a point that in their first year competing, we went to the SA Kickboxing Championships, and all 6 of them came back with gold. And we actually just went there to just to see where their level's at, and how tough is the competition. I didn't expect that. I knew that we would achieve something one day. I didn't actually expect it to be in the first year taking all these fighters. I mean, the one girl, it was her 3rd tournament, and I know people don't really like putting people up against more advanced fighters, but when someone has that the knack for it, so it's like, let's go. We went to Georgia, and we came back with 6 gold medals at the essays, and then also during that time, it's been about 3 years later, we have 18 SA champions and 3 world champions. We went to the WKO in England 2 years ago, and came back with 3 world champions. So that was probably one of the highlights as a coach.
And can you name the guys? Is it?
Yes. Okay, I can't name all the SA champs.
No. But your world champs.
So it's Chloe Acid. So she won 3 times there. Then we also have Camille Goldstone. She's actually my girlfriend.
Okay.
So she won 2 gold there, a couple of silver and bronze, and then Brett Heslop. He also won gold and a couple of silvers. So
wow.
So the 3 of them.
And it's nice that you got a belt here as well.
Yes, we have the belt here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
How do we go about with children? I mean, we're sitting in a world today where children are really, there's a lot of Waydes, a lot of quiet boys out there. There's a lot of drugs and things on the street. You haven't been on that, but I'm just saying there's a big gap for children, and I'm not just talking boys. I'm talking, because you were saying you've got girls here as well.
That's correct.
How do they get going with this?
Yeah, it's we tend to find a lot of kids, stuck in between the two. So the way we try to approach it is in a way for them to first feel comfortable when they get here, and we let them we let them feel comfortable within the program until we feel they get to a level where we can guide them more. And that's what we try to do.
But don't you think there's a perception from people that if I bring my kid, he's going to have to fight?
Yeah, there's a big perception of that, but we have general programs also, and a lot of our kids are not competitive fighters, but they come here because either they're looking for that motivation in school, or they're bullied in school, or they just want some form of motivation.
Yeah,
in life.
self-confidence, yes.
Yeah, self-confidence. So the kickboxing definitely has that. We have two very great coaches in Rochelle and Jay. They are my specialists in kids training, and they're very good with the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, I must say, like, I'm very blessed to have coaches that are, dedicated to the kickboxing. Yeah.
But you guys are not just restricted to kickboxing, you also do Muay Thai.
Yes. So we try to dabble in a lot of different stand-up martial arts, and Muay Thai is something that we started last year. Yes, there was a couple of politics in kickboxing, so we decided, let's try something different. And yeah, it was such a humbling experience for us that we actually started to take it a lot more serious.
Yes.
In 2 weeks' time, I got 4 fighters going down to Cape Town to compete in a Muay Thai event. So it got into that point where, we started building Muay Thai fighters also. So,
Wow.
And there is a couple of my kickboxers that also dabble in both. So yeah.
But it's nice having both, and I think it comes back. One must be very careful, because everyone thinks you're sending guys already to go fight against drinkers, and it's not what we're doing. It's, you teaching them the different skills. Just quick, Muay Thai versus kickboxing. What does the one do what the other don't do, or just a
Okay, so for kickboxing, you're allowed to throw punches, which is normal boxing techniques: straight punches, uppercuts, hooks, overhand, switch strikes, and all that. You're also allowed to clinch. Each organization has its own form of clinches. Some you can clinch and hold for a bit, throw 1 or 2 knees. The organization that we are with is 1 clinch, 1 knee, and then you release. You can also do things like kick catching, and any form of kicks. So you get front kicks, roundhouses, more specialized kicks like axe kicks. You get also knee strikes. And then you can also do that in Muay Thai, but you can add elbow strikes. You can hold longer in the clinch. You can throw knees until the ref will separate you. You can do a lot of variations of sweeps. So I'd say Muay Thai is just, in terms of variety, is a little more.
Yeah.
Not to say that it is harder. It just obviously depends on the.
No, but
person.
it gives you a chance in
That's correct.
in both of that.
Yeah.
If you must say, there's a kid being bullied, and the parents bring them now here. You sit with a kid that's obviously, the parents is like, leer hom dat hy kan bliksem. And that's not what you want to do.
Yes.
I'm just saying it on camera so that the people understand this is not just a fight. People see this quickly and they label it as a fight club. I don't want to send my daughter there or my boy there because I don't want to. It's not that.
Yes.
How do you handle a kid that comes here that's been bullied? Just
It's a big misperception when it comes to especially bullying. And a lot of people think, no, you just bring your kid to a martial arts gym and you just teach them how to fight against someone. Yes, that is a part of it, but we actually show them more how to diffuse a situation, through certain grappling moves. This way, you're not just going to hurt that person, and if needs be, you have that capability. But you'll also notice that it will instill discipline in them. So bullying actually becomes less and less because they're so assured of themselves now, and that's a lot of people that are bullied. It's due to lack of self-confidence and being not being scared to be themselves.
100.
So the kickboxing actually helps them, and and the Muay Thai or our kids bully-proofing programs, and we really have issues after that. I mean, after 2-3 months, parents will come. They say like, there's less and less incidents of bullying because of the confidence they have. And even with fighters, there's a lot of misperception on that. People think that fighters are just dangerous people, but you really get people like myself and fighters that will just go looking for trouble. The discipline you learn from it, you have such self-control. It's
and that was the word was coming up with me, is controlling. Is part of that. And I see as well here in the gym, I mean, you've got the gym part as well. That's my forte. But I mean, you've got it's not just getting that fighting sort of, you're also getting fit, you're getting everything out of it. And
yeah, so we have like an overall program running in the gym. We have the fighter specific training, we have the Muay Thai, we have even ladies only kickboxing classes, and soon to be also Muay Thai ladies only classes. I'm also a qualified personal trainer, so is two of my coaches. So we also have personal training clients. We do sports conditioning. So I also started sports conditioning. So the fighters get in, I think they get the most benefit from the gym because it is a long-term contract for them. When they decide they want to be a fighter, you do put a lot more effort into them to turn them into, world champs, So we have the kickboxing programs, we have sports conditioning programs, we have strength programs. We also, a few years back, introduced what we called joint mobilization programs for people that struggle with joint issues, with muscle concerns. So we try to do as much as we can, for anyone that is looking for a program.
Wait, you're going to England soon. That's,
yes.
You guys you're taking a bunch of good fighters through to England. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that is also the tournament where 3 of my fighters won world champs 2 years back. So I think it's quite exciting for us again to take them. I got 2 fighters this time around, Leon van Zyl and Rochelle Seifert. So the 2 of them will be representing South Africa in Barnsley.
Fantastic.
England, yes.
I know about Leon because Leon is still a young man.
Yes.
And you were saying offset as well. It's quite daunting in the fact that he's fighting a little bit older because he's not just moving into the new bracket.
Yes, yeah. He's fighting 13 and 14-year-olds. So we recently came back from a tournament, and he was always fighting 11 to 12, and now that it's like 13, 14, he says, he feels the difference, he feels that contact. But he's excited, like he understands this is a new experience for him, and he's trying to do the best he can.
Very committed boy as well.
That's correct, one of the most hardworking kids. You can leave him on the bag, give him some combinations, he won't waver from the bag. He's very disciplined.
So when are you guys going? England? What was the date for that?
So for England, it's from the 1st to the 4th of August. We leave in, I think, the 30th or the 29th, coming back the 5th. So nice whole full week of experience. But I also have 5 fighters competing in the WKU World Championships. So we participate in a few different organizations. So through the WKU, that's the organization that I'm involved with. We have 5 fighters fighting K1. So that's a different.
What does the K1 mean?
So K1 is it was established in Japan, but it just combined all different stand-up martial arts from the karate, the kickboxing, taekwondo, boxing itself, and created it's their own style of fighting. And the main purpose was that is more knee strikes, kicking below the knee, clinch work, catches, and all that. So kickboxing is I could say a bit of a higher level than just normal kickboxing because of the knees and a lot of. I'm sure you've must have seen. K1 is quite big globally. So that's something that we're trying to establish in SA. It isn't. It's well known globally, but in South Africa, it's something that we're still, growing. So
And there's also a triple threat tournament also coming up.
Yes, so that's actually through the WKU. So I'm part of the organization. I'm the athletes commissioner. So this year started organizing kickboxing events. So we have our 2nd edition of, we call it the Clash of the Warriors. So I have 18 fights on the fight card and 9 full contact fights.
Wow.
So
we're gonna put it on the program as well. If people watch it afterwards, then they can't talk to you. But if we'll put all the detail on it, so people, he's really a friendly guy. Even if he's a fighter, you can really go and talk to him and have a chat with him. But we'll also put all the details of Wayde that you can have a chat with him on and come support the absolute great tournament. And I mean, see what it's involved and all of that. Wayde, to come back a bit to your personal life, you now be part of all of this. Is there time off from Wayde from kickboxing? Is there a PlayStation Wayde or a resting at home Wayde?
Yeah, I think that's probably my it's like a blessing and a curse. So this is also my kryptonite, because I think, yeah, it actually consumes my whole life, to be honest. Like, yes, I got a girlfriend that's very understanding, but I think with her being part of the kickboxing, that actually plays a big role. Like, she's in it 100% with me. So yeah, besides the kickboxing, I probably love watching sports, and that's my biggest, my second biggest love. Yeah, is watching soccer. I love rugby also. Rugby is a big part of my life. So yeah, so you could say sports.
So I gave Wayde the chance to be on the Koekblik because he's a Liverpool supporter. So that we are big Liverpool supporters. But
and on that, in England, the Monday, I'm actually going to go to Liverpool to watch the friendly. There's 2 friendly games on that day. So I just thought I'd mention that to you.
Jealous. I'm jealous. Wayde, it's absolutely stunning being part of this. And I think the fact that you spend so much time with kids, I've got a passion for kids and picking up kids. I think that's so important, and putting back into the sport. I think a lot of people do the sport, they get out of it, cheers, end of it, put up the certificates in their bar, and it's done. But by you coming back and doing it, it's amazing. And I think that you're making a difference to children's life in what you've done. My own children also did kickboxing, and I know what it does to it. So it's amazing what you guys are doing on that.
No, thanks, thank you.
Yeah. So at the end of every program, we get to die Koekblik moment of die Koekblik oomblik. So that's a cookie jar. So just looking at it, we always have the Koekblik, and I don't know if you recall, your Oma had a Koekblik like this.
Yes,
and
very much
opening this up was always a mission for some other reason. Today it's so easy for me to open it, but as a kid we were struggling, and you would go around finding the way around this Koekblik.
Yes,
but when you open up, there was magic inside of this. So my magic moment coming to Wayde, or Sensei Wayde, is your humbleness is just amazing. My Koekblik moment is meeting you. You are so nice to just work with whatever goes around. Thanks, and you've got such a good heart in what you're doing. And I really want to salute you for the fact that you're really out there doing what you're doing. We need more Waydes in the world, in the world of fighting, actually, where everyone just thinks Wayde is going to get in and he's going to smash your brains in. You're actually teaching kids, no, control yourself.
Definitely.
So my Koekblik moment is people finding control and learning control from you. So that's my Koekblik moment. But
Thanks.
But the Koekblik has evolved, and evolving, opening it up, we now these days find cookies in here. Now we're going to put this on the website as well. Ben, you can zoom it in that the people can see this. It's the most amazing cookies that we opened up, and we got the magic. So wait, I will give you a Koekblik cookie. You are more than welcome to try one of them. We'll put this on the cameras and have one of the nicest Koekblikke. Please, people, be jealous by this. It's really, really nice. I'll open up one that you can see. The filling is just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Thank you for being on the Koekblik. You are a legend, and you are our first guy from out of rugby.
Okay.
I salute you for it. Thank you for being on the Koekblik.
Thanks,
Thank you very much. Thank you, Wayde.
Thank you.
Thank you.